You see Black Hole Birdie, be
You hold my fate in your hands, Inspector. I hope you'll do the right thing.
aha! Always so nice to.
Hey, Inspector.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old one.
That's the last of them! Down they go!
Then again, he did try to poison Ms. Helen, so now I don't know what to think. Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the cloud. Erídanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the Sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feel. Erídanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2. 800 times the volume. 10... Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. Yeah. We've come...
I was always in the Marketeers camp. Weren't you looking for a new hat?
Indeed. And that looks just like my old one.
What a fortunate find, eh?
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel. I say, this pocket watch has someone's initials inscribed on it.
Must be an antique.
Aren't those your initials?
Ha! What a coincidence.
Hey, you! Come take a look.
Captain, look out!
If you lose anything else, there's a replacement here.
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship. So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict? Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels. And that reminds me that I've got delinquency fees accruing on top of the original docking fines. Which is why... Junk. My friend, this is not... These are people... Huh? Oh. Well, some of the guests left this stuff behind. Take a look for yourself. Me? And as soon as I... So it turns out who thinks... You sure can. Buy some of my goods, and it'll count towards paying off my dock and the delinquency fees that are accruing on top of them. I heard about what happened to Helen. If Rizzo's ran that hotel, we would have kept her safe.
I heard about what happened to Helen. If Rizzo's ran that hotel, we would have kept her safe.
Sure he's not in the museum.
Even if he is, no one will think you dress the same as him on purpose.
I was at breakfast.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death? Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler. Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge. This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
We're all family here. Rizzo's takes care of its own.
don't like the look of that shopkeep.
I'm Marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible. Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal, like the land beneath their feet or the air in their lungs. Whoops, forgot I ain't supposed to poeticize on work time. The drab nature of our store profits is what I meant. Now, can I sell you anything?
Hey, I saw your ship. The Unreliable, right? It's a real beauty.
Let's take him down!
Reminds me of Moreau's. Just a bit.
Hey, could I talk to you for a second?
Boss, it's Bertie Holcomb. Black Hole Bertie. The Holmeister?
Shh! Not so loud! How'd you know it was me? That's what the disguise is for. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto. Oh, yeah, I guess it's kinda... Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
Oh, come on, Bertie. You're plenty sharp. Anybody who says otherwise is a Cleo Darlings fan.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring things out than me. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help? I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers. You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
I think he means drunk.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air. We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow? There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know. I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. She was all alone. I know how that feels now. It's so hard to be all by your lonesome. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, 'cause I know. I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief. Nah, she sent a note to my hotel room before we, you know, split. I don't know how long it was sitting there before I noticed. Sure did. Only there was a guard out there who found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was. Long story short, I got out of there. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone. Yeah, I mean, no. Nope. No one else. I don't. All we did was talk, I swear. It's just... I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down. Confidant is like confidence. What's torrid mean? You're a real weird guy, you know that? So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink. Oh, yeah, you'll probably want to... Yeah, of course. Of course. Helen sure did have the... Yeah. Yeah, me too. Sorry. Here you go, Inspector. Hopefully they make more sense to you. I couldn't make heads or tails of them. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing. Okay. And listen, I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble. I'm not threatening nobody. Gee, I try to help someone out. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else. What do you want to know? Yeah? Auric's a businessman. He sells stuff you can't get elsewhere, you know. We're talking sort of science, crockery. Like natural stuff, from the ground or whatever. And like, stuff that the Sawbones don't want you using, because they want you using their pills. Maybe putting effort accelerators in your body isn't always the right call, you know? Maybe there are other options. Maybe I don't take all the accelerators Rizzo's pushes on me. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah? Auric hangs around the spaceport most days. Since he's not here at the bar, he's most likely over by the buy-a-bunks at the shipping yard. I remember sending her the recording, but... law, I was halfway to preserved by then. I don't know what was on it. When I realized what I'd done, if I'd said something dumb, folks might think I was involved in her death. I was scared of looking suspicious. You listened to it? What'd I say to Helen? Did I sound drunk? Thank the architect. I hope she heard it. I don't want the last time she heard my voice to be when I was all angry at the orchards. Tossball was, is, and always, and I would give it up in a heartbeat to have Helen back. What about her? Helen, she saw me as more than that. She saw someone who had more to offer than big muscles and a signature. Being with Helen was magic. She was magic. There ain't good enough words for something as special as what we had together. I wish I knew. Must have been something I did. At the picnic, Helen just kept saying she didn't want to drag me into her world. Maybe one of the higher-ups in motion pictures was giving her trouble over us? I don't know. I tried to understand, but I don't. Rival actresses, maybe? I don't know too much about the motion picture industry. Except for Helen's pictures, obviously. Those I probably know by heart. Seen them about 100 times each. What do you want to know?
Buy a bunk, huh? I think I'll stick to my cabin, thanks.
You ever wondered what happened if you walked off the edge of Erídanos?
Hey, pal. Over here. Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or adreno? Something with a little more... Then maybe I'm your guy. The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic pharmaceutical. I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. I do. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's box. Better than nature, right? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a... Alternatives. That's the way to go, pal. What do I sell? I've got premium shit, my friend. Vitamins like you wouldn't believe. Calcium. You got stress problems? I got stress solutions. Aromatherapy. Eases the mind. Diluted mantis. And if you're a real freak, techniques to calm yourself by fooling your own mind. If they can tame the rage of a certain well-known tossball star, they can help anybody. Wait, you ain't a sheriff, right? You gotta tell me if you're a sheriff. I'll be honest, I don't really know where that puts us. All right, fine. Yeah, I know, Birdie. He may or may not buy alternatives from me from time to time. A little diluted mantis or essence here, a little vitamin B neck. Nah. What Birdie's got is a stress problem. He's stressed out of his mind, the poor guy. Everyone knows his name. Can't turn around without having to sign an autograph. Then you throw in playing tósbol for a living. Violence like that, it does things to a body. It does things to the head. Yeah, that was me. Birdie's got a temper, but he's not a bad... Come on. Birdie's a damn good hacker, but taking that many blows to the noggin would scramble anyone's upstairs business. I know it's knocked a few of his memories loose. I worry about him. Yeah, damn shame about that. Birdie thought the world of Helen, you know. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep.
This port seems real busy. I wonder if they're trying to compete with the Groundbreaker.
Does Sublight Underground run this place? Looks a lot cleaner than the Groundbreaker.
You got an appointment? Appointment? Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment? No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon. They don't pay me to be friendly. They pay... I got a sixth sense for troublemakers. Ain't convinced you're not one, but Mr. Kincannon will have to be the judge of that. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Here for my alibi, I assume? Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing. There was an incident. You should have seen Eileen. Besides being an absolute gem of an assistant, she's a terror with a fountain pen. Raptidons aside, what was your incident in... Did you now? It's been something of a recurring issue. In short, Slug has not sent anyone to rough you up, Inspector. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give I suspect you're right. But I... Oh, that's good. That's very good, Inspector. I like this. Dominant. I don't want to accuse anyone without hard evidence, though it may be worth noting Ludovico has motivation. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder. Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine? His spine, specifically. If you'd like to know the exact vertebrae, I'm afraid I don't know. I can tell you he's quite dead. Not that it matters much. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people. Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune. I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long... I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid. may very well want to. This particular trouble strikes me as not unrelated to your investigation. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter. I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it. I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator. I would never. Company secrets and all that. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account. Was there something... Very well. A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Erídanos. She said, I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk. Because she paid me to, Inspector. Besides, Helen was enjoyable company. She was confident, resourceful, determined. Not unlike you, now that I consider it. That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy? Good. That's good, Inspector. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily. I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector? Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes. One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me? Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else? Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
I played no role in the good constable's death. It seems murder is becoming an unsettling trend on Erídanos as of late. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keen's passing. When you find her killer, please be certain to make them suffer. Would it surprise you to hear that, despite being on opposite sides of the law, we were friends? That her loss comes as a sudden blow. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless. I'm also saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know. Honestly, I'm not. Hand to the architect. Maria loved a zero-G after work. The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused. What? No. Law, no. Why in the architect's name would you think that? Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted sublet to construct the Erídanos atmospheric Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Erídanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily. Alas, I can't. I am, first and foremost, the head of Slug, and Slug's control of Erídanos is a crucial step in my long-term plan. Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old Slug. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cook. Not in front of witnesses, I didn't.